So anyway, we had a lot of fun together. We enjoyed being friends. And once, Ralph told my dad, Charlie, if you don't get some good beer instead of this cheap jumbo beer, I'm not coming to see your daughter anymore. And the next time he came, there was Schlitz and Blatz in the refrigerator. I figured my dad was getting tired of babysitting my kids and he wanted to pass them on to Ralph. Father O'Connell gave Ralph lessons in becoming a Catholic. He had been baptized, but he never practiced the faith. See, and we had a big wedding, and it was the last wedding in the old St. George's Church across the street from the Tinley Park Grade School. Since then, the St. George's Church is at 6707 175th Street. Mary Jane Willman and Dick Barocious stood up with us, and my dad walked me down the aisle, and Tommy and Sally looked so cute. She was 4 and he was 8, but she was this kind of little thing, just loved to have people notice her and smiling with her red hair flying all over. Oh gosh. So anyway, we had the reception at the Shoreland Hotel in Chicago. Now, both Gladys and Dad, oh God, between the two of them, they loved to talk, and they'd sit and talk and talk and talk. And they were both full of beer. They loved to drink, and they were full of beer from celebrating. I thought, oh my God, I'm so glad we're leaving. I don't know who's going to take those two home. One time, well, Pappy did a good job of drinking too. My mother drank some, but not like those three. One time Gladys told Ralph, Ralphie, you better marry that girl. She's good help. And I say she was right. We stayed at the Lannon Stone Motel in Janesville, Wisconsin. This was on our way to the honeymoon cottage. It was at Sage's Resort on Spider Lake in Hayward, Wisconsin. And I made our first dinner. It was a hamburger shaped into the shape of a T-bone steak. Wasn't that romantic? There were two things that I learned when I married Ralph, and he said them right out. He said it before we got married. He says, don't ever cheat on me. There is no second chance. I will be gone. And I never did cheat, period. I flirted, but there was no cheating. And later on, when I talked too much, Ralphie would say, Pearl, zip it. And he did that for 49 years. And now I can say poo-poo to Ralph's old buddies. They told Ralphie, oh, Ralph, you're crazy to marry an old lady with 2 kids. You know, get something young. But our marriage turned out fine. We were married for 49 years. And Ralph has always been a good, kind, and honest person. And I was lucky beyond words that he came into my life and married me. And here we are, 49 years later, still in love. What more could we ask for? One thing, when I met Ralphie and the nightlife of the bar, I learned how to smoke and drink. At that time, smoking for girls, was considered very sophisticated. Oh my. And I started with Camels, but I ended with the milder Winstons. I drank beer, but I gained too much weight. So I went to Scotch and water. And finally, that tasted kind of nothing. I went to Scotch and tab, a little bit sweeter. I had never eaten a steak until I met Ralph. You know, he taught me all the fun things. Of course, all those fun things are bad for your health now, but at the time, we had no such worries.